Hello, dear viewers. It's so great to have you with us here at Moldova Business Week 2020. My name is Eugen Boyko, and I run a creative business. I run an ad agency, we represent Publicis in Moldova. What we do, we help brands become #1 in the Moldovan market. But I'm not here to talk to you about my business. I'm here to present 4 beautiful stories of brands that started their journey here in Moldova and became international success. You will find out more about these brands, you will meet the founders, and I hope you will learn something interesting for you. Please drop your comments in the chat of the stream, and let's start the discussion. And without further ado, I'm going to present the first speaker of our session. It's an incredible businessman. He's also an incredible, amazing person. He managed to build an online empire here in Moldova, and one of the web services that they run is actually the most visited local website. And he did all that while running 200-kilometer marathons in the deserts of Africa. He's also the only person, the only human being I know, who actually ran a 60-kilometer ultramarathon at -60 degrees Celsius in the city of Oymyakon, Russia. For our American friends, it's actually -80 degrees Fahrenheit. Today he's going to present one of his love child. It's a hardware project that started here in Moldova and became loved everywhere in the world. So please welcome Dmitry Voloshin and the story of Lobster.
Hello, thank you, Jen. My name is Dmitry Voloshin, and I'm a freediver. I see first time freedivers in the hub, Egypt, 5 years ago, and I was expressed of what is the man, what is the guy, how he dive without air. It's incredible sport, and I would like to become a freediver, professional freediver. In 3 months, I can exhale air about 2 minutes. In 1 year, I can no air about 3 minutes, and in 1 year, I cannot air about 6 minutes. Sorry for my fabulous English; it's absolutely normal in Moldova. When I became a freediver, I decided to go to the championship, World Championship of Freediving, to present Moldova. And one more thing. Do you see in my neck is a bicycle tire? It's equipment for freediving. Need to still underwater. It's weight. If you don't use weight on your neck, you go to the surface like bubble. And what was I see in the championship? I saw that the cool guys, the champions of the world and freediver, dive with bicycle tire like me. Why? Because a great, huge corporation do not see a small freediver market, because it's no money. Around 100,000 people are freedivers in the world. And 5 years ago, I decided to make cool freediving equipment. I would like to do a professional neck weight. When I come back in Moldova, we did meeting with my colleagues, with my friends, with my partners. We would like to do great stuff. We have many ideas how it will be work. It's how we put in each pieces. Maybe with rope, maybe with magnet, maybe with metal alloy. And in 3-4 months, we can do a plasticine prototype. And I noticed that working on this project, we spent less and less time. My colleagues, my friends spent less time because he has another project. He has another tasks and and spent time on another life stuff, like me. And one day I wake up and I understand that we don't work. We stopped. Our project is stopped. And I left alone in this project. And I have a little depression about 1 month. I do nothing. But one day I realized that what's happened, Dmitry? Why do you stop? Maybe you are a loser. Maybe you cannot to do anything. Maybe you can do your dream. And this day, I realized that I must finish this project. I must to do this device for freediver because my understanding, my possibilities will be broken if I cannot do it. And I gathered my friends and saying, we must do it. And in 4 months, we finished our product. We finished Lobster. And now I would like present you our neck weight with great name. It's Lobster. I can see a presentation. Thank you. It's Lobster. Thank you, Evgeny Boyko, for naming. Naming is cool. It's the best name for freediving. It's very recognizable name in the freediving stuff. After that, I tested Lobster in the pool. I found a few bad things and fixed it. And after that, we with team go to the next championship in Finland. And presentation, we was presented Lobster for community of freedivers, juries, and the community. Many people try Lobsters and was incited. It's well great. It's a Japan team. They would like to buy around 10 lobsters, but we have not, and we promise them that we sell it in 2 months. 3 years ago, about 20 freedivers use our device in pool, and they was excited, and we collect the problems, notified, and their possibilities. In 2 years, we sell lobster for about 40 countries around the world, and we have now few reasons of pride why lobster is so important thing for me, for my team. First one, it's 2 years ago, Goran Cholak to set world record with lobster. If you see, Goran Cholak has a big lung, and one lobster so small for him. She collect two lobsters, and make one. And now only we knows about 10 world records sets using lobster. A second one, lobster now in the freediver world is industrial standard. If you be on the picture, on the picture do you see 4 sportsmen, and each of them use lobster. Neck weight, if you type neck weight on your Google, you can see that lobster first in the list of the search. it's cool for, how you know, for marketing is a great deal if neck weight associated with your product. And finally, in this year, we was surprised that our product, first time in Moldova, lobster, get the Red Dot Design Awards. It's a prestige design awards in the world. It's what's great for us. If for Moldova, it's very important. And now I would like to show you our short spot about lobster, about our team and how we did it. Thank you.
Wow, amazing presentation. Thank you so much, Dmitry. I have to confess, I was part of the project, and it was such a fun project to do. Dima, I know that you have a big team. You have a really big team, and I'm sure you were affected by the pandemic. Can you share with us what was the one essential learning that you have taken out of this pandemic? What would you say was the main thing that you have learned?
We don't need to have a big office. We can work separately, and it doesn't matter where do you work, maybe in Moldova, New York, China. We can work together like team. There are many instruments, there are many software helped to work together. It's really great. It's really fantastic. It's a new era of humanity.
I agree. Great. Speaking of New York, I know that you had the chance to work in the different countries of the world. I know you had the chance to work in Russia, you had the chance to work in Moldova, you had the chance to work in the business capital of the world in New York. But still, I see you here. You decided to work, to create, to live here. Why do you do this here?
Not only work. Why me to don't live in Barcelona, in Rome, in Malibu.
In Bali? Yeah.
In Bali, yes. Why not? My answer is very simple. Because here my friend, here my family, here my colleagues. It's my country. I feel here very comfortable, and I believe that we can do a biggest project on global market, but my team be here.
In Moldova?
Yes, because there are many plus to be here with team. It's first one. It's not so expensive team. Yes, salary.
Yep.
Not big problem with communication, and very clever and talented guys lives here. It's really.
All right, Dima, thank you so much for the presentation. Enjoy your time at the Business Week, and we'll see each other around.
Thank you.
Thank you. When we speak about Moldova, usually people think about wine. And I have to say our wine is amazing. So sorry France, sorry Italy, sorry Spain, sorry New Zealand, sorry South Africa. I think that Moldovan wine is the best. Over the last decade, Moldovan wine has taken a giant leap forward, winning the hearts of millions of customers and winning many prizes on international contests. At the forefront of this advance is actually one brand that is named Purcari. For us, Purcari is much more than a brand, it's a symbol. Although it's quite an old brand, it's also one of the most innovative brands. So much so that even Elon Musk once tweeted about an idea generated by Purcari. Today, it's a symbol, as I said. And if wine represents Moldova, Purcari represents Moldovan wine. Joining us from Kiev is the partner at Horizon Capital, Vasilie Tofan. So please welcome Vasilie and the story of Purcari.
Eugen, thank you. You've been very generous with your praise. It's a real privilege to be here. And congratulations to the team for putting this extraordinary event. My only disappointment is that I'm following such a great speaker, a much cooler one than myself, with a much cooler product, so that I feel extremely dull with my dull haircut.
Oh, your product is beautiful.
So, well, I'm from finance, so I represent here Horizon Capital, which is one of the largest investors in the region and in Moldova. We invest in high growth companies in the region, and but I'm also proud of actually coming from Moldova. So in our investment program in the country, I'm combining a sense of business. So it's about creating great investments, but it's also a sense of purpose, because I see a lot of meaning in what we do, because we contribute to the development of the country. So I'm going to share a little presentation, which is going to be just a tiny bit about Horizon, but mostly about one of our investments that is very close to our heart, which is indeed the Purcari wineries. So I hope you can see my screen by now. Eugen?
Yes, we can see it.
Excellent. So I titled the presentation 20 years of reflections on 20 years of investments in Moldova. And maybe just a few words about who we are. Again, we are private equity fund. It means that we provide private capital to private companies. We often take minority stakes, sometimes majority stakes. But what unites all the companies we invest in, they are run by visionary entrepreneurs who change the Moldova and the region. We are a large fund with over 850 million of US dollars under management, and we've invested in over 50 companies since our creation. You know, sometimes investors avoid sharing their returns, but I think if we live in a capitalistic world, and I think there's many prospective investors at this event, they would be interested in our experience. So, hey, did we make money in Moldova or not? And actually, I'm proud to share this slide. Maybe it will come across as mercantile or very money focused, but we did great investments in Moldova. I'll say more. Actually, we basically haven't had bad investments in Moldova. You know, so you see here a selection of our investments. You know, we backed Maib, the largest bank, made 3.7 times our money. You know, we backed one of the largest vegetables and fruit processing companies, Natur Bravo, made over 3 times our money. We backed the main beer company, you know, Vitanta, which was sold to FS, made more than 2 times our money. And Purcari, of course, which I'm going to share more about. And moreover, as we speak now, actually, we're in the process of finalizing one more fantastic exit for our fund, which is to bring a strategic investor to Moldova, which is Vetropac. You know, the deal was announced in July, and pending regulatory approval. You know, we're waiting for the antitrust approval, competition council approval any day, and this will mark one more extremely successful exit for us. But more importantly, a very large investor in the glass making industry coming to Moldova and planning to build a very large export platform out of the country. But I would like actually to bring you to the world of wine, to the world of Purcari. You know, this This is not a photoshopped picture. This is a real picture. This is one of the producing assets of the company, Purcari. And we did this investment nearly 10 years ago. And the thesis was that Moldova actually is a great place to build a wine business. And in part the thesis was based on the fact that we can sell a lot of this wine to Russia, which was traditionally one of the main exporting markets for us. Well, sometimes in business things doesn't have the way you plan them. In 2013, there was actually a trade embargo imposed on our wines. I'll leave the motives of this aside, but the truth is that we lost our largest market in a single day. So the question was like, how do you survive when literally your profits go to zero, your bank debt is $20 million, and you cannot even make payroll. But nevertheless, and we managed to take this company, so this situation was in 2013. You can see the EBITDA of the company at the time was less than $1 million. But over the next 5 years, we managed to increase our EBITDA, the operating profit, 14 times, to 14 million US dollars, and we took the company public on Bucharest Stock Exchange, valuing it at over $100 million. So look, I know it looks almost like magic, like almost if it were not true, you wouldn't believe it. So the question is, how did it happen? So how did Purcari manage to become such a fascinating success story? And the answer is really, in large extent, based on the advantages that have been offered by Moldova. So here I'm going to share those advantages. One is, that indeed in our country, you have some of the best land in the world, some of the best terroir in the world, which allows you to build just extraordinary wines. Just a few examples here from Decanter London. Decanter is the most reputable wine competition in the world, the sort of wine Olympics. We got the results for this year. 2 of our wines were awarded 97 points. One of them was awarded best in show, which means it's a top 50 wine in the world, out of more than 16,000 tested. So again, the first comes, of course, with land and the terroir. And I think that the wines we have are a testament to that. The second is that indeed, also as Dimitri, the previous speaker, mentioned, you do have certain cost advantages. So yes, lots of cost items are cheaper in Moldova. The salary is lower, electricity is cheaper, diesel, bottle prices are cheaper, the grapes are cheaper, the land is cheaper. So all these goes into and build towards a lower cost structure you can afford. And the beauty of this is that, combining kind of extraordinary quality wines with this lower cost structure allows you to offer extraordinary value for money to the consumers. We made a comparison here. For example, the Chardonnay we sell that got 97 points at Decanter, it sells for 12 pounds, almost 13 pounds, apologies, in UK, just to compare apples to apples. And we took the prices of other wines who have similar scores. You can see here 95, 96, 97 scores. They sell at 3, 4, 20 times more expensive prices. So, this is the beauty of Moldova. You can produce things that you can also offer to the world at an extraordinary value for money because you have lower cost inputs. But, it's not enough to have great wines and sell them at a good price. You also have to be able to market them. And you can imagine winemaking is a very competitive industry. And I think the beauty of Moldova is that it offers you also access to a creative class. It offers you access to talent that is able to package those wines and do the kind of marketing campaigns that help you capture people's imagination. So here, you have a slide that shows that, we're doing great on Instagram because we're working with great, digital and media agencies from Moldova with great creative studios. And we're doing great on Vivino, which is a sort of, the main platform for interacting with the wine consumers. We're doing great on Vivino, both in terms of number of ratings and the quality, which again, in large is helped by our very active media presence. And the combination, again, I'm going to talk again about money. As you can see, like I live in a rather boring world that anyway, it boils down to money, but this combination of lower costs, extraordinary quality value for money you can offer, and the access to a creative class that enables you to market the products well results in actually extremely attractive profit margins. So I'm very proud actually that Purcari is able to achieve EBITDA margins of 34%, which as far as we know are the highest margins in the world. Well, make no mistake, it's not that we pocket all that money. We, as a fund, we decided that we're going to always reinvest all the profits, so we're not taking dividends out of the business. So we keep reinvesting, keep growing, keep building more vineyards and giving, growing the business we have. Last thing I'll say, I started that, for me, investments is a way to generate attractive returns, but it's also about purpose. So one thing I personally extremely proud about is seeing the impact that our investments make. Look, I just took this slide from Purcari. I asked our finance department to tell me what are the taxes we paid to the budget, the Moldovan budget over the years. You can see we started with 13 million lei. So the ratio is about 17 lei to $1. So we started with less than $1 million in 2013. And last year, we already paid $85 million. And you can see our taxes have climbed at a very high rate. Not because the tax rate in Moldova increased, but because, we grew so fast. And, of course, we paid in a very transparent way our fair share of taxes. Look, that's our story. Just to summarize, a great place to do business, relatively low cost, extraordinary talented people who enable you to market your products globally, and as a result, attractive margins, certainly in Purcari case, but also in all other investments we did in the country. Thank you, Eugene. That was my presentation.
Thank you so much, Vasily. I have to say that I'm a big fan of Purcari wines myself. So I'm taking the opportunity to ask you, what is the jewel of the collection right now? Which Purcari should we stock on right now?
Yes, I think, look, I'm going to recommend the 3. So for your starter, which I hope is going to be like a light starter salad, I would go with the indigenous grape with for example, a Viorica. It got best in show at the counter, 97 points. Then you go for a steak, right? For a steak, you need a nice red wine. You have to go with Negru de Purcari, which is the flagship wine we have, also drank by there's a long tradition of shipping it to the Royal Court of England. And for the dessert, you can skip the dessert, replace it by a very nice dessert wine, which is our ice wine, which is a beautiful, beautiful ice wine out of Moldova.
Yeah, I have a sweet tooth, and I have to tell you, I'm a big fan of the sweet wine. I think it works best with apricots. I think that's the divine combination. Most of our viewers,
I agree with you.
Yeah, most of our viewers are asking about the export, and they're asking about how can you expand the business. So from your experience, what do you think is the essential thing that an entrepreneur in Moldova should do to expand their business abroad?
Yes, I think it always starts with the product, Eugene. We don't believe in shortcuts. So we always believe that a great product is going to be appreciated by consumers. We really take a lot of pride in the kind of product we build. Our founder, Mr. Bostan, he's the guy who wakes up at 4 in the morning, goes, checks on the vineyards, and he's the man who will take absolutely no shortcuts when it comes to quality. So always product first, marketing second, and for us, it has worked out beautifully.
So product with no compromises.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Vasily. I hope that the time is kind to you in Kiev. And thank you so much for being with us. Enjoy your time here at Moldova Business Week 2020, and take care.
Thank you for the privilege of being here. Thank you. Good luck.
It's no wonder that the future of the world relies on information technology. We are already used to speaking of IT. And when we speak about IT companies, we're used to think about exponential growth, about going big, about growing huge, about becoming unicorns. But this company has a different approach. This company is a compact team that works from Moldova, develops its own products, and then markets it everywhere in the world. What is also interesting that it's a Moldovan company, but it's run by a person who was born in Ukraine, built a career in banking in Moldova, and then decided to go solo. So please welcome Andrei Aidov and the story of Q Systems.
Can I start? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to welcome you from Moldova. And to be honest, as Eugenio said, I used to be a foreigner for more than 20 years and moved to Moldova in 1996, not because of amazing business opportunities. There was a much more important reason to me, a woman. However, in 2001, I founded my first company, Q Systems. We're a technology company for financial market, TechFin or FinTech company. I will explain you my experience within the next 10 minutes, and I hope you will not waste your time. No, sorry. It's an old presentation. Okay, a few words about our company. As I said, I'm relocated and start my career in FinTech when I was a head of IT department of one of the largest bank in Moldova. During maybe 2 years, we achieved very significant results and implemented many innovative technologies in this bank. After a while, I have to quit the bank, and I became on the street and decided to start my own business path by developing and implementing software products for financial institutions. We've started our company with my colleagues. We were 3 people, my former colleagues from the bank, and within the first year we have developed our first product. It was a Q Systems Retail, our firstborn. Sorry, it's an old presentation, and I will move through slides. Each time we innovated, when we were in the bank and we were as a company. Thanks to our first clients, Moldovan retail banks, Post Moldova, we in the first 1 or 2 years became the Moldovan FinTech brand because we implemented very innovative solution for mass payment market. And this solution, today we are in 2020, and our firstborn product is still alive until now. As a next step of our My FinTech journey, I decided to start export our products in neighboring countries. That is a reason that I would like to say, to underline here, that Moldova is a very small market and not so attractive for big investments, but all time we produce and develop our technologies here. We were 2-5 years before our competitors in neighboring markets. We start our export in Ukraine, in Russia, and we were quite successful. And our first client in Russia was Tinkoff Credit System Bank. And today everybody knows Tinkoff Credit System as the largest digital bank in the world. But 10 years, more than 10 years ago, it was a very small, innovative, creative banker, and he decided to start business, and we were in the short list of software providers for this bank. This journey took for me 3 years to sign 2 contracts. And it was very hard to start export from Moldova. Our products, because to be honest, no one are waiting innovations in fintech from Moldova. And the next step, thank you very much, you changed the presentation. And the next step, I understood that I should have a partnership. I should establish my presence in the global market, not as a poor Moldovan company, but but together with well-known and trusted partners. We founded in the United Kingdom in 2009 Q-Systems Global and start our global journey in fintech. These 10 years were amazing years. It was so fantastic journey in the global fintech. We have implemented dozens of implementations, integrations with international banks, big companies, including American Express, Swift, Walk-in Remittance, I don't know, Russian Post, China Union Pay, and during this period of time as a company, we've gained a unique experience that we operate on the segment of market which is practically free and in developed world nobody was concentrated on the remittances, on the cash payers, on the market when people prefer pay cash. And we have found and discovered our niche for innovations on the global remittance market. And in 2018, we have started our global journey in the new niche. We start delivering centralized remittance platform for central banks, for global players on remittances. Yeah, it's a small description, short, brief description of my journey as a company. Of course, being innovators in our mind, we all time innovated in Moldova, and I'm pleased to share with you some of the very significant maybe achievements in this market. Of course, as I said, our first product was launched in 2002, and 2012 we won the tender and became a partner to a government center in Moldova and implemented MPay. That is a very unique payment gateway which aimed to collect money from population, from citizen to the budget. And after 7 years, there is a very small number of countries in the world which can say that we can collect money and put it in the budget in the same day in full and free of charge for citizens. I'm very proud to be a participant of this project as a technological provider. We innovated in QR payment, QR remittances world. We established partnership with South Korean Central Bank ACH office and so on. And we understood that Moldovan people have the same issues and problems in their life as 2.5 billion adult people in the world. And we helped those people to interconnect to the digital economy by providing innovative solutions. That is our vision for our global business growing. But our main achievement is our team, and I'm very proud that we have started with 3 people, and in 2008 the number of children in our company exceeds the number of employees. I think that is a real growing. If we're talking about Moldova, I would like to summarize and underline some benefits which fintechs could meet in Moldova, because it's a compact business environment. We have the population diversity which empower your products, and of course we have the strong support and lobby from the governmental side, from the side of Moldovan Association of IT Company, of any company which will invest in Moldova. Thank you very much for your attention. See you soon in Moldova.
Thank you so much, Andrei. Beautiful presentation.
Thank you.
I know that you're...
Q System.
Sorry.
Oh. Shall we see the video then?
If you're here.
Yeah, let's see the video.
We've been at the cutting edge of technology in the remittance and payments sector since 2008. New and rapidly changing business requirements, especially compliance, have resulted in our recent and successful launch of CRP, the first national compliance platform to market. CRP integrates all stakeholders in a unified infrastructure. The platform captures, consolidates and verifies all transaction data prior to releasing transactions for completion. The unification, verification and delivery of transactions completes in seconds. The platform integrates all of our proven QS applications used today by agents, MTOs, settlement banks and compliance authorities in a single national platform. The CRP platform carries all digital payments through a common and unified infrastructure, enabling the elimination of compliance for all stakeholders whilst facilitating and improving digital connectivity and payments. At QS, we're really proud of the new platform and hope you like it too. Thank you.
Wow, beautiful video.
Thank you very much.
You know, it still seems unreal to me that a small company from Moldova is able to reach big international bodies. How do you achieve that? How does a small company, IT company from Moldova work with Tinkoff, work with governments? How do you reach these clients?
Okay, financial world is a very special world, and you have to invest in trust with your customers, a lot of efforts, and you should be predictable for financial institutions, and that was our main goal and directions to growing. We developed our products and services which helped us to being trustable from the banks. That is from one point of view, but together with that, in the modern world, today is not so not so difficult to present yourself on the international conferences, accelerators, and so on and so on. We are online, and together with this conference, we're participating in Qatar FinTech Accelerator, for example, and nobody asks us where from, where's Moldova. If we are talking about needs our customers, we are trustable.
Okay, so in the end,
that is the case, yes. And from the one case, and of course, I will not say that Andrei Ardev and Q Systems brand is so visible, it's present, trustable itself. You should find a right partnership in the national global market. Those people which share your values, your trust, and present you on the international market.
Thank you so much, Andrei. I hope you have a good time here at Moldova Business Week. Enjoy your time and see you around. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We had a full day of interesting insights, of beautiful stories, and I have to confess my energy is running a little low. I would really use a bit of coffee right now. Can I have my coffee? Nothing starts my engines like this good old coffee. Well, you know, this coffee is not that old. It's quite fresh. And it's also a product of Moldova. It's been roasted and brewed here. Tucano Coffee is a business that started in Moldova and now has locations all over the world, suggesting its customers a very special sense of harmony. And today with us is the founder of Tucano, Ruslan Cojocaru, and here is the story of the Tucano Coffee.
Hi guys, I am proud to be here, and today I will tell you about Tucano. I love books, and 10 years ago I was in a city in Romania, Brașov, and there I found a notebook, Moleskine, with a Woodstock branding. Woodstock was a music festival in USA in 60s, and it was about anti-Vietnam War, about hippies, about flower power, about love, and their slogan was love, peace, and rock and roll. At that time, we were in process of building a coffee shop brand, and we decided to change the rock and roll with coffee, and Love, Peace, Coffee now is our slogan, is our philosophy, is our strategy and values. We added some colors, some patterns of Indians of Latin America, and now we are around the world. We are in 8 countries. Romania was our second country. It's our first location in Bucharest. Also, in a few years after we started Tucano, a guy from Emirates came and asked to buy a franchise shop in Ras El Khaimah. Until now, that shop is one of most successful our shops in the world. And this is our map. We have more than 20 locations in Romania, Moldova, and some testing locations in West and East. I think in half of year we'll open 10 more locations. They are under construction or in the process of proving the places. We had a dream to open 300 Tucanos a few years ago, but now I understand, me and the team, that the most important is not quantity, but quality. And not only quality, but our differentiation, our footprint. And why Tucano is different? First of all, we use only specialty beans. It's minimum 80% from 100 points. And it's fresh roasted, it's medium to low roasted coffee, and it's a coffee as wine, not caffeine, but a taste, a culture. Also, we love music and events. Now it's difficult, but anyway, it's our core. We use happy, smiling faces, ethno faces in our coffee shops. They gave the atmosphere of warmness, of happiness, and it's very important for us, for our guests. Also, I believe in ENPS. It's our core, our basic indicator. It's happiness of our team, because I think happy people in Tucano or happy baristas make happy guests, and happy guests make a lot of grow and profit. Every location has a name of a country, and we promote the culture of that country in coffee shops. We love cheesecakes. We have around 40 recipes, and this one is my preferred, low fat, low sugar. Also, this year we decided to sell our coffee in supermarkets we test now it in Moldova, and we plan to go in Romania also. It's our innovative drip pack coffee. You can make it anywhere, in mountains, at your home, in a few minutes. Also, we have another dream to plant with Tucano, with our team, with our guests, 1 million trees. And last week, we planted with our guests, team, and volunteers a small forest near Chisinau. And when you drink coffee in Tucano, you plant trees. It's a kind of gamification, and we started to do it in Romania and in other countries also. Some numbers. One coffee shop is about 120,000 euros investment. It's the standard one. The smaller one is twice less. 36 months is a retirement of investment. 10% average growth of sales year to year for the same location, LFL. And 85% is our ENPS, happiness of people. Also, 25% of locations are own locations. When we started franchising, we understood that we need systems. And we invest in one intranet. We have everything you need: quality, standards, trainings, marketing, and it's on every smartphone of our baristas, of our team, of our partners. And it helps us a lot. We develop it. This year, we have 9 years, and this is a milestone for us. A difficult year of provocations, but also a year of big possibilities. And we decided to return to our roots, to our base, to develop our love, peace, and coffee, and we'll repeat our Summer of Love festival this summer. We'll do it with the music, with yoga, with the happy people, and the main reason is to add more joy in Tucano. Also, we go to smaller formats, to go to delivery, and this week we'll open our first small Tucano here in Chisinau, 60 meters, and I believe in that format. It's the future of Tucano. We love mountains, we love hiking, and this is our team in Maramureș Mountains. And when we go up, the most difficult part is near the top. It's very steep, it's very difficult, very hard. And this year is like this. We are near the top. It's a difficult time for our team. And my main function or my main idea is to motivate them, to inspire them, and to help them to go on the top. Because there are beautiful views and beautiful goals. Thanks. I want to finish with Mahatma Gandhi's in a gentle way. You can shake the world.
Thank you so much. Ruslan, I'm a big fan of your coffee, but I'm also a big fan of your hot drinks. I especially love your lavender tea. Do you have something in store for the future? Is there something interesting coming?
Yes, thank you, Eugen, for the question. We have some unusual drinks in coffee, also in teas, because I understand that our product is not coffee, is emotion. And now we'll do a range of products with the emotional impact. But it's a secret, you'll see.
Yeah, beautiful. I'm really looking forward to see them.
Thanks.
I know that your company is built on a very solid culture, and I know that you protect this culture. And I always wondered, you are opening locations everywhere in the world. How do you make sure that this culture is accepted? Because we're so different. Good
question. We have a secret ingredient. Our cannabis coffee.
Cannabis coffee?
It's a joke, sorry. The main ingredient is our managers. We name them competence. The first is right people, second is trainings, and the last one is system to maintain the quality, and that competence make Tucano.
That captains make sure that it all happens.
Yes, yes.
Thank you
yes.
so much, Ruslan. Thank you for the beautiful presentation, and enjoy your time at Moldova Business Week 2020.
Thank you.
So there you have it, 4 beautiful stories of 4 beautiful brands. I actually also have a little story to tell. A couple of decades ago, I was working at an international company. And what I noticed is that every foreigner coming to Moldova somehow connects to this land. Some of them decide to just come back for vacation. Some of them keep friendships here, and some even decide to come back and launch their businesses here in Moldova. I don't know what it is. Is it the wine? Is it the land? Is it the people? Is it the relationships? But Moldova does have its own little je ne sais quoi that works like a magnet. So I strongly encourage you to come here and enjoy it yourself. The only suggestion is that you don't come in February. Plan for spring, maybe summer, maybe autumn. You'll have a great time here. I hope that this discussion, I hope that these presentations are just the beginning. And I strongly suggest that you look up the speakers of today on LinkedIn and maybe continue discussing. And I hope that the new opportunities are going to arise. Thank you for being with us at Moldova Business Week 2020. And stay tuned, something really interesting is coming. Thank you.